Kitchen with Chef Leah from the Appleton Beer Factory, and we are going to make one of the favorite salads. People, you just can't take this off the menu, right?
We cannot. I thought it would just be a fall one, but it has been very popular.
All year round.
Yes.
You know, salads can get so boring, and more of us are trying to eat more salads, even for, you know, not just a side, but for the main course. But it's got to be some fun. It's got to have a lot going on, and this one does.
It does, and because we have nuts in it, and the apples are warmed, it's more satisfying.
Ooh.
And it feels more substantial, I think.
like that idea. Instead of just putting raw apples and we're going to warm them up.
Right.
And I agree. When you kind of put something warm in a cold salad, it just brings it to another level. Also a wonderful homemade dressing, and I know you are big on making all sorts of, you know, everything homemade at the restaurant.
Absolutely. You can't go wrong when you have a nice fresh, you know, dressing or sauce on something.
I agree.
You know, you can't compete with that.
I agree.
Right?
I always say if a restaurant doesn't have at least one house or homemade dressing, I'm probably not going to go back. And I just think that's that extra step, you know.
Absolutely. It's really important, and what I talk to people about is that we get our ingredients just like you do at home. We have, you know, fresh apples, we have oil and vinegar, and, you know, nothing crazy. There's no preservatives, there's no big secrets. It's just straightforward food.
Makes a big difference. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to warm this apple. So I'm just going to just slice this up, Leah?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
I'll be your sous chef. And then we've got a little bit of water that we're boiling there. So we're just going to kind of poach these apples.
Right.
Make them a little more tender.
Right. So what we do is we poach the apples with the ale vinaigrette, and this recipe, of course, is online for them.
So you use a lot of the beer that you make in your different recipes, which is fun, too.
We do. And beer, you know, it's fun because it's getting more accepted. People are understanding cooking with beer more, and it can really bring some nice flavor. This is the ale vinaigrette, which we use in a number of recipes. So we use some blonde ale.
Okay, and then a little bit of Dijon mustard, it looks like.
Dijon mustard and cider vinegar. You can go ahead and put those in.
And just throw the apples in just some boiling water. Anything else go in there?
We're going to put a little vinaigrette in there.
Okay, just to give it some flavor.
So I'm going to get this whisked together, and it does. So we use the vinaigrette for the dressing for the salad, but then also we poach the apples in it.
A little salt and pepper.
A little salt and pepper.
I try and get people to, you know, understand that vinaigrettes are the easiest thing to make once you get into the swing of it. Just a few ingredients, and I love the idea of, you know, using different things that you might not have thought of in there. Apple juice would be a great thing. Apple cider, you know, when you can get it.
Absolutely, and it is. It's so easy, so fresh. Our dressing is done.
So what kind of oil did you use, by the way?
I used olive oil.
Olive oil, okay. So olive oil, a little bit of Dijon mustard. And
about
then we're
half of that in.
Or right over our apples to give them some good flavor. And then, yeah, very simple.
It's very simple.
A nice big bed of mixed greens.
And whatever you prefer. I always like to get the freshest things that we can, of course. We also have walnuts. Toasting walnuts, you can do it in a pan on the stovetop, or I like to do it in the oven. It's safer.
Actually, I find the other way. It's so funny because, well, the problem is when I toast them in the oven, I tend to then walk away and forget about them.
Right.
I agree, they toast more evenly. What temperature do you like to do them at?
I like 350.
350 on just a plain cookie sheet?
Yep.
Okay, set a timer. Don't get busy checking your email or washing the laundry. That's the key. How long does it normally take?
It depends on, of course, how big your walnuts are and all of that, but I would say 5 to 8 minutes.
It's pretty quick.
Pretty
quick.
And as soon as you smell them, you got to get them out.
Yeah, exactly. Because they continue to toast. Same thing if you put it in a skillet. Just toast them for a couple minutes over low heat. Get them off. Keep them in the pan. They'll continue to toast right in there. So
right, and that is kind of the key. And the great thing about toasting them, it brings out the oils. It intensifies the flavor. And of course, gets rid of the raw, you know,
they taste so good. They taste so good. You can also buy some really nice candied walnuts in the grocery store.
You can, and this salad, you could use chicken on it as well if you wanted to, you know, boost the protein.
That would be great.
And yeah, you could play with candy.
So we just want to chop these up a little bit.
Just a real rough chop.
Okay.
I always say, you know, if it's too big to go on a fork, then we should chop it up a little more, right?
And I love putting nuts and apples and different fruits in salads. I mean, they just add some crunch and
the texture.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It's all so important.
Exactly. Then dried cranberries?
Yep.
I love
we just sprinkle the dried cranberries on.
Pretty, pretty, pretty. And our apples cook for about how long?
Well, you're looking for tender.
Okay.
So again, you can do it on the stovetop. It typically doesn't take more than 3 to 4 minutes.
And these are about done. I mean, they really look beautiful. So just kind of use a slotted spoon and put them right on top. Warm.
And if you're don't want to do them on the stovetop, you certainly could just put those in a heat-friendly bowl, glass bowl in the microwave too.
But I never, I've always thought about putting, and I do often just put crunchy apples on, but I just really love the idea when the weather starts to get colder to put something warm on there.
Right. Well, and I mean, we have so many good apples available. I like Granny Smith just because they hold up.
And
so then we're just going to finish it with the blue cheese.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to drizzle a little dressing.
That looks fantastic.
We have a perfect lunch, dinner.
Whatever. It's all good. Oh, that looks delicious.
Thanks
you, Leah, so much. Wonderful food at the Appleton Beer Factory. Sandwiches, salads, main courses. If you haven't been there, try it out. Getting rave reviews. And, of course, we'll put this recipe on our website. And if you don't feel like making a salad, you can always get it right there on the menu all the time.
Yes, sounds great.
Thanks so much.
Thank you,
Amy. Stay with us.